Greetings, welcome to my channel, A Place to Doc. I am Julia, and welcome here to this reading that we're going to do. We're going to focus on primarily next week because that is coming up to the lunar eclipse, which is in Libra. And before we begin, I'm going to just use the singing bowl here and we'll just clear our air and our vibration with this positive reinforcing energy. Okay, so here we go. This fills our sound, which is our air and our thinking. I also have a candle here for the fire element, and I have lots of earth elements here with all my crystals, and I have water here as well. Okay, so we have all the elements, and let's begin. So what we're going to do is focus on where we are right now before this eclipse happens, and we're going to just see, first of all, where we are. We're going to explore that. As we start the week, next week, we have the moon in Gemini, and we're just going to see where we're at. Okay, so the sun is still in Pisces at the beginning of the week, and we are balancing everything out. And this juggler is looking down. He is concentrating on balancing everything that he needs to do. And Pentacles, this is the Two of Pentacles, he's balancing the pros and cons of all the practical things that he needs to work on in his life. Could be a broken fridge, whatever it is. It's something that's practical, things that we need to apply our energy to and just be organized and ready. Okay, and also we have another balancing card. We have the Justice card. So here they're balancing the scales. So perhaps we're thinking pros and cons of something, and we're weighing out things in a balance so we can know where we're at before we go on, and to know what's more of a priority than some other things. So we're going to balance out which priority is higher than the others. Okay, we also have the Five of Pentacles. We are preparing to leave whatever those things are that no longer serve us. We're preparing to leave them in behind in the past. Okay, so this is also any negative, so it's also Pentacles. Actually, I was going to say it's more focused on the cups and like the emotional energy. We will feel energy with this, but it might be more of a practical aspect to this Five of Pentacles, because we're leaving something behind and it's going to be something that we used to rely on but no longer serves us. We might feel a bit of abandonment with that card, but we're going to also just let that go. Okay, so that's where we are at right now at the beginning before we start. And I'm going to pull one more card. So we have to, here we are, the King of Swords, sorry. The King of Swords will help us pursue and make those decisions swiftly and wisely. So rely keenly on your logic and organize your path ahead. Okay? So we're going to ask next, what needs more structure? And then we're going to ask what needs less structure in our lives. I think I'm going to just shuffle all those cards in together. We'll just play with the full deck, okay? And we'll shuffle again. So where do you find in your life, you can let me know in the comments below, where do you need more structure in your life? And just think about that area, and then we're going to apply that to our reading here right now. Okay, where do we need more structure? First we have the Eight of Pentacles, another Pentacles card. Okay, so this is work. This is our daily grind of the things that we do consistently. We're going to be applying a little bit more structure to our daily work. We're going to focus on what actually the tasks need to be done. We're going to apply ourselves to get those things done and organized. And the next card that came was the Three of Wands, and this is the Vision card. He's also waiting here for his ships to come in. And so with his vision, we're going to be more structured. What do we really want in the future? Where are we going? And what will happen when our ships come in? When the things fall into place, where are we going next? What is our next step? So we're going to need to plan that and structure that out. And our Page of Pentacles, also another Pentacle card. So this is going to be very practical time that we are using here before this lunar eclipse to make sure all our practical life is in order. Maybe it's going to be clearing out clutter. Maybe it's going to be packing for a trip. it could be anything that's going to be practical and something that we need to actually put our hands to and manage. Okay, so those are the things that we'll need to have more structure. Now let's ask what needs less structure. Okay, where have we been too rigid perhaps, and what needs less structure in our lives? Okay, let's see. What needs less structure in our lives coming up in this next phase of this lunar eclipse? Okay, so how can we prepare for that? Well, these are interesting. We have, first of all, the Wheel of Fortune. So we've maybe been trying to hold control of the way things are moving ahead and the way life is turning. So we have to realize we have to have less structure here and let things go with the flow. Know that what was down will be coming up in its own perfect timing. So less structure here is good, because then we can receive more abundance and we can be surprised by it, okay? And then we have another amazing card here, the Four of Wands. Now this is interesting because this card here itself is structure, okay? It has two wands on each side. It's like the 1111 portal. We're going to be able to release having such a driven perception of how things have to be, and everything is here is organized. We're going to be releasing that, releasing any family connections that have been pressuring us to do things a certain way, and even ourselves. We've thought maybe this was the right path. We're going to be just opening ourselves up to a new path, a new portal. Okay, so that will be interesting. Letting go of the structure of the Four of Wands, and also the Four of Wands is very creative energy. So maybe we're going to be opening ourselves up to new creative energy if we release the way we have always done things. And we have another card here, which is the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is extremely organized and he has the plan. So we are entering a new season and a new vibration for all of us with this Pluto now in Aquarius, and it's changing. Everything is changing. So the old corporate structure now is going to be reducing and becoming less and less structured in our lives, and we're going to be able to open ourselves up to new things, okay, if we release that old structure of how we always thought things had to be done. Okay, that's interesting. So let's ask now, what is our intuition whispering to us? Throughout this lunar eclipse that we're coming up to, how can we prepare and listen to our intuition? What is our intuition saying to us? Okay, what do we need to be prepared for? This is interesting. We have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is, he is tired of the old fight and the old battle, and he's sitting back and healing his wounds. He has a bandage on his head, and maybe he's been knocked around a little bit, and his thinking has been just drained of his energy. So he's recouping his energy. We're listening to our intuition here. Where do we need to rejuvenate? Where do we need to heal? And open ourselves up to those things, and then be ready to begin again. Okay, we have also the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is leaving something that has been emotionally satisfying and moving on, because we're really on a soul searching mission here. And so this is what we're listening to our intuition for. Where are we being guided? What are we leaving behind now, and where are we going? We don't know that next step. He doesn't really know the way through those mountains. So, but he's listening to his intuition. And I love this card because this is the card that has the eclipse card on it. So we are entering the portal between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, which comes on April the 8th. Okay, so the lunar eclipse is on March the 25th, and we're in between those two dates. We're going to be exploring some brand new territory. And our next one we have on what we're listening to our intuition for is the way forward. So here, this is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, she is stuck in her own thinking patterns. She needs to find her way out. There is a way out, so she has to go within. So here she needs to listen to her intuition, rely on that messages from Spirit to say, okay, how do I get out of the situation that I'm in right now? Maybe I've put myself in this situation. How do I get myself out? Okay, there will be a way forward. So we need to listen to our intuition on how to move through this eclipse energy. Okay, So I'm going to shuffle all these back in. We're going to ask, what is something new that we need to set into motion? Okay, so by the way, this is the Wiser Tarot, and we're going to shuffle it again. Okay, sometimes it doesn't shuffle. Okay, so here we are. What do we need to set into motion with this new eclipse season? I've got 2 threes so far. Let's see what else comes out here. What do we need to set into motion with this lunar eclipse? We have, first of all, the 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is working together as teamwork, okay? So find 1 or 2 people that you can really trust. Work with them on some new venture that you can set your intentions on. So you're going to dream up something new, practical, that you're going to apply yourself with 3 other people. I would say 3 because it's always a little less stress than having too many people around. But something to set into motion is using your skills that you have, combining with other people's skills that they have, and creating something new. And then another one we have setting into motion is to celebrate that with those 3 friends. Again, we have the 3 of Cups. So celebrate the joy together that you have, and just the energy of creating something here brings such a joy. And so just enjoy that and set that energy in motion, because that energy will carry us through into the new thing that we're supposed to be working on. And also what we need to set into motion, we have the 5 of Cups. So we are going to start again releasing those past energies of things that have disappointed us and have been in our lives before but are no longer necessary to us. Maybe we focused on those things that cause us pain a little bit too much. So we're going to now turn ourselves around and set our sights on new energy and find out what's in these new cups that Spirit is offering to us. Okay, so I would like to ask the Lenormand cards here. I have them sitting under my citrine here. We're going to ask the Lenormand, what is the message of the eclipse that we can use to focus on during for these 2 weeks of eclipse? Okay, so 2 cards came out. What are they? We have, first of all, the Whips. We might be feeling that we've been here before and we've done this over and over again. So sometimes this is also called the broom. So it's cleaning up energy and doing things again and again that we've probably already done before. And our second card that we have is the tree. The tree is twofold. It can be connecting with your ancestors and the roots of our ancestry, and finding out where we have been strong and find out maybe where we have been weak. And we're going to use that energy and clean it up. We're going to focus on how we can heal the wounds from the past and from a long time ago. And also, this is also a very healthy oriented card. So this is health, and we're going to work again on our health. What was something you've done before that really worked, that helped you to be stronger, healthy, and healthier? That's what we're going to need to be focusing on during the eclipse. And then the next card we have is the dog. So the dog is being loyal. So first of all, be loyal to yourself and through this process, because going through and healing ourselves from past aggressive behaviors and toxic things, it does take a lot of self-help. And these 2 cards together, I would say, are self-love, because this is healing and this is also nurturing with loyalty and being kind to yourself. This can also be being kind to other people as well, and you being a friend to someone who really needs to have a friend at this time. Someone who has been wounded before. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for during this eclipse season. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull a couple of angel oracle cards for messages from the angels for what we need to know, and just to give us that boost of energy, and just to know what Spirit is saying to us in this aspect. Okay. You can pick 1, 2, or 3, or you can pick all 3. I think all 3 will be pertinent. Okay, so let's see. Okay, first of all, we have the card that says let go. So we are definitely going to be letting go of those things that no longer serve us, that were in that 5 of Cups. We're going to let those things go so we can be filled. So empty ourselves of the old so we can be filled, okay? And I was reading this morning, something was interesting. We're going from one place to the other, and we're in the land of in between. And in that in between place is the place of being empty. Okay, so just empty ourselves out so we can be filled with something that's brand new. And also we can look here and see the situation will improve. So the situation that we've been focused on for so long, it's definitely undergoing change, and it's going to be an improvement. It's not going to get worse, it's going to get better, okay? And also we have the card, the angels want us to also ask others for help. So don't be afraid to ask where you need help, okay? So even if it's in all those practical things in your home, you can't do it all alone. Ask to have help. You might need to get someone in to help you, and if so, just don't be afraid, okay? All your resources are going to be put to good use, and just ask someone for help, all right? Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being here. I would love to keep on going and pulling more cards. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you're anticipating for your evolution and how you feel change is going to affect you during these eclipse season. I would really be interested in knowing that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and a wonderful eclipse season. Thanks. Bye for now.